An annual reenactment of an Old West bank robbery and the 150th birthday of an East Texas county coincide today with fun and festivities. East Texas News Weekend's Bob Hallmark shows us how Dalton Days and Gregg County's 150th came together for a fun event for all.
Members of the Old West Cowboys Association come back every April to reenact Dalton Days, the 1894 robbery of Longview's First National Bank.
It happened in their community, and their citizenry in 1894 stood up just like they can now. It's just a good event. It shows what happened and how good people stood up against the bad people.
A proclamation was read commemorating the county's 150th birthday celebration.
With all the people walking down Main Street and all the vendors out here and all the kids having a big time and the petting zoo, it's just a great time. It's just Americana.
The reenactment is the gunfight Bill Dalton and his gang had with city law enforcement and citizens.
The outlaws took their money and they were tired of it.
Distant family members of those involved came back today.
George Buckingham, the saloon keeper, and the first one to get killed, and the first one actually to come out and defend his community. We're very proud of that.
The family even has George's original sidearm.
It was passed down from my great-grandfather.
Something that I'm definitely going to take with me for all my life. Hopefully pass it down to someone that can continue the story.
Along with music, food, and kids' activities, it made for an all-around good time.
We've got a lot of people moving here now. It's a great place to do business, great place to raise a family.
Bob Hallmark, East Texas News Weekend.
And Gregg County Judge Bill Stout says there are numerous events planned during the month of April to celebrate the county's 150th birthday. A great day for them. Beautiful weather.
Oh, couldn't have been better for a bank shootout.
And right? Well, a fake one for sure.
Fake one, yes.
Yeah, but